Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! If you're gonna watch this, you're gonna know the whole movie, the whole thing. You have been warned.
I was just saying that.
You were just saying. Just saying gets people sent away. Just saying got me a 9-year stretch in Alcatraz. You understand? So, just saying could get you buried real quick.
Welcome back, Internet. Once again, this is the F&M Movie Review Show. I'm Kyle H. Benjamin.
Chintan Shah.
Andres Gutierrez.
And we reviewed Black Mass, so look forward to this. Full spoilers, by the way, in case you weren't warned earlier in the video, which you should have been. So, I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right, so my first impression was I was actually really looking forward to this. Seeing the trailers, seeing the performance that Johnny Depp was giving, a really dark, realistic portrayal of Whitey Bulger. I was just looking to like a really great gangster crime drama.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to Johnny Depp getting back into the his more serious roles and seeing him get another Oscar nomination. I've really been looking forward to that. So watching the trailer, I was like, okay, Johnny Depp's gonna own this performance. Yeah. So I was really looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. Like when I was watching the trailer and everything, I was like, yeah, he's back into action. You know, like Johnny Depp. Last movie he did was like Into the Wood, I think. And I was like, I think he can do better than Into the Wood, right? So I was like waiting after like every movie that he has done. So I was like waiting. So and after the trailer, I was like, oh yeah, I have to watch it. And that after the trailer, my expectations were like really, really high from it. So, yeah.
No, I heard Into the Buddha, so I was like, what the hell movie was that? All right, so the good. Well, you know, I'm not even going to call it the good. I'm going to call it the great, the performances. Everybody's performance was top-notch in this movie. Johnny Depp, he just owned every single frame that he was on camera. There's very few instances where I was actually generally creeped out by a character's portrayal, and Johnny Depp was so far like one of those shining few to where every time I saw him on camera and I knew he was gonna kill somebody or it looked like he was about to kill somebody, I was generally afraid of Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Because
it was insane. And also another real great was Joel Edgerton. He did really great performing John Connolly. I don't know if you could go so far as to call him a crooked FBI agent.
Crooked.
Yeah. I don't know. It's you can call it crooked or you can call it loyalty to
his
childhood.
childhood,
You know,
so
thing. They touched on like how Boston and Irish are like really, really big on loyalty and everything.
Yeah.
So you can call him crooked, you can call him loyal. It's really up to you how you want to see it.
Yeah.
Another great was just the grittiness. The grittiness. It almost felt documentarian like to me.
It was a very dark movie.
Very, very dark movie. It's at times I almost forgot I was watching a movie. I felt like I was actually watching Whitey Bulger freaking executing somebody at like point blank range or choking to death.
Yeah.
The stepdaughter of one of his hitmen. Yeah, it was like it was just insane.
I got out of the movie like numb. I didn't know how to feel. Like it was so dark and intense that I was just like, life sucks. Life's crooked. So, yeah.
I don't know about that, but I was like, damn, I was pretty glad I didn't come across Whitey Bulger in my lifetime and piss him off because
he got caught in Santa Monica. That's like 35, 40 minutes from there.
Just a few short years ago. Just a few short years ago, the
2011.
FBI they finally caught him when he was on the run for about 12 years.
12 years. That's what I was
after
thinking.
his allegiance with the FBI was completely exposed and revealed just how many murders and counts of extortion, drugs, and he's been on the run ever since '95.
Yeah.
So, and then
that's when I was born.
Before it, maybe.
I was 5 years old at the time. So Yeah, it was just really, it was just too awesome, way too awesome.
Yeah, and like for me, the good was like of course Johnny Depp's performance and the way he always like has like a creepy face on him. Whenever he wants to do something, the like the audience after the first time he does, audience know okay something is going down now because the face he had and the acting he did. All the other actors, as you said, John Conley was like really good in it. The loyalty that he developed by staying in the neighborhood, like a small place, and they developed there, and he kept it for his entire life. The best part was also like that. Of course, it's a true story, but I still wonder like for 10 years he was like hidden from like police officers, everyone, and it was right there, like just like 35 minutes from us, and I'm from India, right? So I was thinking like to come in LA at like around 2010 to do filmmaking. I'm glad that I was not here for that time because he was right there. So I'm glad like at that time I was not here. And for 12 years he was like away, and when he got his, he was like, okay, yeah, you got me. He was like that. He was casual. It was awesome.
It was almost like he was sick of running.
Yeah.
So he's like, fuck it, you know what?
Yeah.
Well, remember how Brad was telling us that he knew the guy who ratted him out? Because he worked at like right down the street from us.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
And
that.
he wrote him a note saying, "It's okay. We're not coming for you. I understand why you did it."
Whitey Bulger wrote him a note, give him assurance that he's not going to get killed for it.
Crazy.
Another really great thing that I loved how they did was Whitey Bulger started off cold. I mean, he started off the movie freaking killing somebody.
Yeah.
But it shows that he's lighthearted because he has I guess a wife and a son. So he gave his son like the greatest advice any parent can ever give, and if you didn't get caught doing it, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So this is the greatest advice anybody can ever give anyone. If you don't get caught doing it, it doesn't happen.
Good parent. Good parenting right there.
But unfortunately when his son dies to some rare illness caused by his mother being instructed by doctors to give his son aspirin when he had a fever, and it ended up killing him, Whitey Bulger got darker.
And then he got even more dark.
He got even more darker. And then when his mom passed away to old age, he was like just the straight up devil from then on in.
Yeah, for sure. After that, he was like straight up. He didn't care about anything. He was like, okay, you're down.
He actually looked dead with his face and his eyes. Like he looked dead at that point. Like he was just from then on he was just cold. That was it. So it's like the last thing you ever wanted to do is say anything even remotely wrong to him. Otherwise, it's pretty much, you'll be 6 feet under before you know it. Okay, the bad for me was I didn't like how that wasn't that much backstory on Whitey Bulger. I mean, I like where they picked up, but I kind of wish they went more into how did he become the leader of the White Hill gang. That was his name. That was the name of of his little mob. They just jumped right into it. I really wish that they went into a little more backstory, like how he got into it. They always talked about his prison tenures, especially in Alcatraz. I kind of wish they went a little more into that, like maybe flashback sequences of some of the people that he met in there, some of the things he's probably had to do to survive in there. And then I also did a little research about how him and a few other inmates, I think at Alcatraz or another prison, to where they signed up to be basically test subjects for these mind control drugs for the CIA, and they were given acid and LSD. And
he got it taken like 50 times.
Yeah, he had to take it like over the years, and Whitey Bulger claimed like they were basically like manipulated into taking it. And so I really wish that they went a lot more backstory into Whitey Bulger. I really wish that they did.
The only bad about this film was that it wasn't enough. Like the story needed to have more time to develop. Like that's the only issue with this movie was they didn't pace it enough to where we felt everything came around full circle, as a matter of speak. Like we would be like in 1979, then 1982, and then before we know it, we're already in like 2010 when John Connolly is getting arrested by the FBI. And I don't know, like there were times where it was confusing of what time period we were in. Like they just kept jumping.
Felt rushed.
Yeah.
Really rushed.
And the reason for that, I think, is because the original cut of the film, the director said, was 3 hours. So I think them cutting it down an hour kind of hurt
it
the
a little
film.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the only bad I really had for this movie.
Yeah, for me it was the same. Like I didn't like I liked the story but not that much as it was supposed to be. Like after watching the trailer I was like, oh yeah, I'm like pretty damn excited, and after movie I was like, oh, okay. Johnny Depp was good but the story was not that like it got down, his performance a little down, you know, like expectation it got down. It affected the story, affected Johnny Depp's performance also. He did great, no doubt in that. But in overall, if you see like because the movie ratings go or movie reviews or whatever we say, it goes down, it affects Johnny Depp also. And that kind of like for me was like really bad that they were like, you know, the story went down and it hurt everyone else. And I also didn't like one thing that what was the character's name? Kevin? Like who was like right hand of Jimmy or something.
Oh,
Yeah, he's the bartender
his
or
bodyguard,
no,
yeah.
bodyguard kind of thing. He was right there, always right there next to him, and he had like just one line, maybe 2 lines, maybe in the starting. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's right
I
there.
wanted to
So
see more
yeah,
of
I
him,
wanted to
yeah.
see more of him also. Like we saw so many random things around us. 2 things that I wanted to see more was Johnny Depp's main life, what he does when he goes at home, like every time, or what is his schedule kind of thing, and what he does when he meets other people, like official business or whatever he calls. I wanted to see more of that, and of course Kevin too, because he was right there and he didn't have anything, and he was like standing
He
right
was
there,
a great
sitting right
actor
there.
too.
Yeah,
Like, you want to see more of him.
yeah. So I was like, yeah, it's okay. So I wanted to see these 2 things more. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so my final thought was it was a great movie. It was a great gangster flick. To me, it can hold its own against classic films like Casino, Goodfellas, A Bronx Tale, other great gangster films like that.
American Gangster.
I think it's better than American Gangster. American Gangster is good, but I think Black Mass is better. Yeah, it was just an overall great film. The performances were top notch. Johnny Depp, at the very least, should be nominated for an Oscar. I mean, I hope this is the one that he finally wins one, because he truly earns it with this. And yeah, I just recommend checking out Black Mass.
Yeah, it was an overall great film. I mean, Johnny Depp's performance is literally like the best acting performance of this year so far. Like I haven't seen another performance that literally had me so convinced that he was that character. So I think he's got it so far, unless I see better performances this year. But yeah, great film. Check it out. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, my final thought would be about Johnny Depp only. Like he was f***ing amazing. I don't know if I can say F word. So F word, but he was like amazing. Overall, I really liked the movie and like the gangster thing that they had, the neighborhood, the loyalty. It was really amazing. So I would like to recommend you guys to check it out.
Alright, so my rating, I will give it a 4.5 out of 5. I won't give it a full 5 because a lot of the depth of the story was severely lacking, which hurt it overall. The performances were great. I can't even call Johnny Depp's performance a performance because he did what Jim Carrey did for Man on the Moon. Jim Carrey didn't play Andy Kaufman, he was Eddie Kaufman. For this, Johnny Depp didn't play Whitey Bulger, he was Whitey Bulger. So that's the complete selling point for this film, so I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5, strictly because of the great character performances, but lacking depth of overall story.
And I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5 as well. Not a perfect movie, but it could have been. Like really, it was very short of being a perfect movie. Like everything in it was just superb. The score for it was amazing. Like when the main credits come on and there's when the score kicks in and it starts, it gives you almost goosebumps because you're like, okay, we're in for a treat here. And the same thing with the credits at the end. It's just you feel like this is a masterpiece movie almost, but it could have been. I mean, it was almost, but it could have been. So 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah. For me, I would like to give it a 4 because of I wanted to see more of Johnny Depp, what is life and the story, and of course Kevin. So I would give a 4 out of 5, and of course in the end, like I gave like 4 because of Johnny Depp's acting and what he did. Like what you said, he was not just acting; he was himself doing what the character was. He was into it, you know. So that for sure. And in the credits that you said, like the credits, we saw the original footages, the original images of Whitey Bulger and everyone else, way they were, the way they were talking to each other, way they did the business. Everything was like amazing. But the story, if they had more, and we could see more of Johnny Depp and the other characters, it would be amazing. Then I could give it for like a perfect movie. But right now it's like good movie. So for me it's like 4.
Why forget Kevin? We're gonna start a campaign. Don't forget Kevin.
For sure.
Poor Kevin.
Kevin.
Shut up, Cameron. Okay, this was the F&M Movie Review Show. We just did Black Mass. So next we're doing Everest. And yeah, it was fun.
It was.
Anyway, I'm Kyle H. Benjamin.
I'm Chintan Shah.
I'm Andres Gutierrez.
This was the F&M Movie Review Show.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, why not give it a thumbs up down below? And while you're at it, why not hit the subscribe button to see more? Thanks again, guys.